no, 歩き。じゃあ、歩き。じゃあ、でもありがとうね。Hello. Let's see how this... We're trying a new shoulder mount today. I don't know if we'll end up keeping it or not. It has fewer joints, which I don't know is better or worse for stability. What's up, DG? What's up, DC? Good to see everybody. I need to take my headphones out before I drive myself crazy with the sound of my own voice. Yeah, the one thing I don't like about this is that I can't change... I can only change it on an axis like this. So side to side, or like up, actual up and down is very difficult. I can pan up and down, but I can't move the camera down. I mean, like, I can point it down. I can move it down, but I can't. From this position, I cannot move the whole thing. It has to pan straight down. so we'll see if this is better or worse. I'll look at the footage. I think the last one was pretty fine, but it's starting to get pretty hot outside. There's more shaking and more jittery today. That means the other one is better. Okay. Let's cross the street into the shade. Might be pointing a little bit too far up, eh? I think that's everybody. What happened to Pastrami? Well, I called the place. So the really expensive place is still open. The place near Dave's. But I called the other pastrami place, the one we tried to look at like a week or two ago. Called them at 9:30 and their line was still disconnected. So maybe their line is just fucked up, but it's not worth like 45 minute plus 30-minute walk. It's probably about a 30-minute train. 30-minute train, 45-minute walk. Or like an hour train if we take, get closer. It's like probably an hour train plus 10 minutes walk from Yogadani station. So I've given up on that pastrami sandwich. I will probably at some point try the pastrami sandwich by Dave's place. Have to take out a small business loan or something to pay for that, but Citron, good to see you. They're hoarding them. Nah, I don't know. I mean, maybe it's just I was reading through the reviews. They've been in business for a really long time. They had some reviews from like a couple weeks ago, but I don't know. I mean, a lot of people complain about it. It's really crazy. Like, it's funny. On the big trip, we talked a lot about like how Japanese reviews are crazy, but then like this place also, people were like, I don't know, man, it's not like Katz Deli in New York City. It's like, yeah, no shit, Sherlock. Katz Deli is like one of the most famous, if not the most famous, like, I've never even been to New York City, but I know what Katz Deli is. So there's people in the comments like, oh, it's not Katz Deli. And some people are like, oh, it's not Katz Deli, but it's pretty good. And other people are like, it's nothing like Katz Deli in New York City. I'm like, yeah, duh. Like, what? I don't know, people who are like serial reviewers on Google or Yahoo or Yelp or anything like that. Uh-oh. We have a bit of a leg pain today because I forgot to stretch. What's up, Purple Flirt? I was saying though, you have to manage expectations to like where you're at locally. Like expecting a Katz Deli sandwich in Tokyo is kind of insane person behavior. It's like expecting a good chicken fried steak in Tokyo. Sure, you'll find one, but it's not going to be anything like you find in Oklahoma or Texas or anywhere in the Midwest, really. Just like I'm not going to find top grade sushi in Oklahoma. It's just not how that works. I'm gonna have to roll my leg out later today. It's the same muscle that bothered me during Tokaido, but it's not. I mean, I haven't done anything this morning. We are gonna try to go to a different sandwich shop. I'm gonna go see the price for it. Because what we might do is get the sandwich, get a drink, and then go sit at a local park somewhere, maybe. Haven't decided yet. I lived in New York for 30 years, never went to Cats. What's up, Ole? Oli? Ollie? Oli. Japan has some of the best pizza places. I'm saying New York people / pizza connoisseurs have come to Japan and done that. The big thing is pastrami is not a thing here. Pizza is. I'm not saying I'm not the one who said Japan has the best pizza places. Like, a lot of people have commented on this. This is not a Sensei Martian original thought. It's like a somewhat growing consensus among foodies that Japanese pizza does a pretty good job. As far as pastrami, it's just because no one eats pastrami over here. Beef alone is one of the lesser eaten meats in Japan. Obviously we eat it, but compared to fish, chicken, pork, those are the big ones, cheap ones. And then beef would be under that. Mariscos La Playa, the beach, Mariscos Beach. 45-minute subway ride. I think I'd probably check out. I mean, it's famous. No, it's like really famous. I think checking it out once maybe. I mean, I've walked, taken train for quite a bit of stuff. 45 minutes isn't too bad. I guess it also depends on one's proclivity to go out and do stuff. Can't get good rye bread. Yeah, that's one thing I heard, that even at the pastrami places here, virtually everyone complains about the bread. Which, yeah, you could probably find good rye. Well, here's the thing, kind of like with the sandwich place too, that we go to. I'm not sure if we'll go to anymore, but good bread is a bit expensive, or you have to make it yourself. And then if you make it yourself, you have to have a large enough kitchen and fridge and place to like let the dough rise, or you know, have probably a pretty good oven to bake the bread. Unless you had like a commercial grade baking oven, you're gonna cook like 6 loaves at a time in a small oven, which if you're doing a whole sandwich, like running a sandwich shop, not ideal. Even today, the sandwich we're gonna get, I think, is just white bread. A lot of sandwiches are just white bread over here. Like I said, shout out to that one sandwich shop. Even though they've been skimping on their portion sizes, they do make in-house focaccia bread, which is probably why I keep giving them chances, because I just can't run away from focaccia. Now this way. Just awful. Kobe beef? Nah, Kobe beef's an interesting one, because there's actually, like, everyone knows Kobe beef, but there's better beef out there, or like more renowned beef. Kobe beef just has I don't know, the best marketing, I suppose. I think Matsuzaka beef, or Matsusaka beef, Hide beef, Miyazaki beef. There's a lot of beef that is up there. But yeah, Kobe beef. This is one thing that if you ever watch Dave, he'll talk about this. How, you know, a lot of the Kobe beef. There's like 10 Kobe beef shops in Asakusa, and they're probably not selling Kobe beef. They're most likely selling. They might have some Kobe beef, but just because the name of your restaurant is Kobe beef does not make it like every single piece of beef is Kobe beef. There's like not every sandwich at a Burger King's a Whopper, you know? Longest I've waited in line, technically that would be the In-N-Out pop-up that I went to a couple years ago on stream. If I wasn't streaming it, I wouldn't have waited. We waited 5 hours, 5.5 hours. I don't know if that counts. I mean, it does count because I waited for food, but that was more of a stream event than it was like I'm waiting for food. Again, if I wasn't streaming, I would have been out of there so quick. Okay, I think the sandwich shop is up here. I always forget where it's at. If it's this street or the back street. Oh, it's right here, yeah. I guess we can check prices real quick before we commit to a, whatever this is, sandwich. Shimokitazawa meat sandwich. All price tax included. Well, there's no prices. Oh, there it is, $18.50. We're really gonna get oyster sandwich? I don't know about that. It's too long. Well, it was a whole thing. There were like hundreds of us waiting in line, and we might get this sandwich instead. Demi-glazed hamburgers. This is what they're famous for. Shimokitazawa meat. Or we just get the small. I don't need 300 grams, right? I just get the small one and we go eat somewhere else. Maybe. Yeah, let's see what the seating situation is like. I don't like that I have to unscrew this every time. Ah, konnichiwa. Ah, すいません。あ、いえいえ。よし。はい、一人で。はい。どちらがお好きな方で。はい、お願いします。Before DMCA. よし。I've actually been wanting to try this place out for a while, but cheese hamburger steak, 1,350. あ、すいません。
はい、少々お待ちください。
はい。はい、下北沢サンドシングル、
はい。
A セットお願いします。
はい。
飲み物、コーラお願いします。以上で。
ありがとうございます。メニューお下げいたします。
はい、お願いします。あ、すみません。チーズトッピングできますか？はい、お願いします。
はい。
ありがとうございます。Mom's 82. Congrats. That's yeah, my mom I guess we'll see. How old is she right now? 62? I don't know if I like this mount. I got a new mount. I got a new mount, and I'll have to check the footage, but it doesn't really rotate. It just goes here, which is fine, but it feels very plasticky, very cheap, which is weird because I actually really like this mounting system, Ulanzi. LC, thank you very much for the raid. Could you a shout out? Is audio not synced? Here, let me. I'll go ahead and restart it. Oh, you know what? Is this working? The light's not on. Are we back on? Looking for a mount like that for hiking? I'll let you know how it goes. Working for you? Okay. It's weird because the light's supposed to be on. Since the light's not on, I'm really worried about that. That long term, it means that something is broken. I suppose I need to check for a, what's it called? Software update maybe? I don't know. Elsie, you might want to look into the one that I use a lot, and the one that I like, the one before this, it was called, what was Stuntman Action Camera Shoulder Mount. I bought it on Amazon for like 4,000 yen. This one was 2,500, but I don't know. I might actually return this. I hate returning stuff. It's such a pain in the ass, but like, we'll see. We'll see how steady. If it looks steadier than what my last one, like the last 2 years have been, then I might get a different one, or I might use this one still. But if the stability is about the same, then I'll just go back to the Stuntman. Use a gimbal and hold it? Yeah, that's crazy. Oh, sorry. While I hike. I thought from my angle, I thought you said while I bike. And I was like, that's insane. Holding a gimbal while biking is... honestly, if you're not going to be live streaming, I would look into a chest mount. Yeah, from the angle, the H looked like a B, and I was like, that's... I mean, you do you, but that's... Death Wish, it's... I'm not going to tell people what is and isn't wise, but... It complicates things, that's for sure. Also, I don't know if we're going to start it today, but I would like to do one sketch per day and try to get better at sketching things. And then in the future, when I do postcards, each postcard will have a cool little sketch on it. Is the goal, is the plan, is the dream. But I think 32 days of sketching also fits the Sensei Martian. That'd be a labor of Sensei Martian. Sketching landscapes, portraits, or animals. Honestly speaking, it's going to be either the food that I ate that day or a self-portrait of what I think I look like that day. Or because I'm trying to get better, maybe I just pick a picture of me. I know it's very conceited to do that, but if I can draw my face, I can probably draw some other faces, you know? Honestly, if I had to guess, I would probably pick... Always write epic tales. I hope that some people remember me. That's it. Probably a picture like this, except without the camera. What's up, Stork? Good to see you. Or I pick I have so many cool pictures like this. I want to do a photo series. I want to do, as crazy as this sounds, I want to do an art gallery. Or not like an art exhibit. Yeah, like one of my friends runs a monthly art exhibit type thing, and I have so many of these with like my silhouette and then like super cool background stuff. I remember you, honey. Hey, Lady Petunia. How are you? Stork, good to see you. You blow my weenie. Welcome in. Baby Bread Bar. Thanks for being here. That's the hope. Yeah, to be remembered. I don't know. Or I'd sketch this one. I like this. This photo is maybe my best photo. Or actually, you know what? Oh, that's a picture of my... This one's pretty good too, because you can see how caked up I am. You can also see the 50 Shades of Martian on my legs. What's up, Coco Brother? What's up, Hidden Nemo? You can also see my muffin top, which is... trying to get rid of that this year. Well, you can also see the kinesiology tape. I gotta find that. That stuff's really good. I see you guys are watching Ronin today. I peeked in for a little bit. Hi, arigatou gozaimasu. Arigatou gozaimasu. Yesterday, the reason why we started the stream so late, and the reason that we streamed from home, well, one of the reasons we streamed from home, was because Stork was having a Hobbit marathon, and I watched like I was in and out of doing stuff throughout the morning, but I caught probably a good 85% of it. Normally I wouldn't eat fries with a fork, but he gave it to me, and he's gonna wash it anyway, so might as well put some gunk on it. Oh no, everyone got hit with ads. That was unfortunate timing. We have a ton of these like silhouette photos. Oh, I'll have to do a 360 here in a second. They have let me see if there's any others. They have two film posters I would have never guessed in a million years. What's up, Neva? Is that right? Neva? Neva? I can't see if it's an N or an H. Been to Tokyo once about 10 years ago, but it seems hard to live there as American though. Ah, it's pretty easy. Neva, okay, cool. In. It's not too bad, actually. I mean, there's a Al Pacino movie here. Anyone can guess it, you get bonus points. It's not one you're probably gonna guess. I had a couple friends who taught English there. That's what I do. I enjoy it though. I got out of the grind of the schools, and I do it privately, but life is, I'm a firm believer of a lot of life is watering the plants where you're planted. Heat? No. But also, some people just get tired of living in Japan. I mean, especially if you don't speak Japanese, I think it's quite difficult. That's why most people leave after a couple years, because they realize they're not going to speak Japanese. And Scarface? Nope. It's okay. Like I said, you're probably not going to guess it. So it's not going to be mainstream, or it's pretty. It's mainstream, but it's not like Scarface, Godfather, Devil's Advocate, mainstream. There's a hint I could give you. If I gave you a hint, it would narrow it down to like 3 movies probably. Here's another one. Dang, DG Mint. Yeah, Serpico. I didn't know if anyone was going to get that. It was Serpico. Hey, look at this. Here's how my cool shadow looks really tall. It was Serpico. Here's another one where I'm at the top of Oma. He's in too many films. Yeah, the hint was going to be he has a beard in the film, but I imagine that would have given it away almost instantly. Hi, arigatou gozaimasu. We've actually seen this a lot before. This looks really good. Does this place have an Instagram? What is this called? Stabler? Oh, they don't allow everyone to mention them. At Stabler. ABC. As a business, not being able. Where the hell are you? I'm in Tokyo. I was some rando tourist there for the first time. I learned Ryukyu beef just doesn't exist in most places. You gotta know where to go. Yeah. That's kind of the cool thing of living here for almost a decade. Like, yes, this is the original shop is in, not the original, the famous shop is in Shimo Kitazawa. But oh, it's okay. I mean, especially nowadays, if you went there 10 years ago, nowadays a lot of my friends that come, they like have everything planned out because of social media, which is both good and bad. I actually found this place randomly walking because it's not too terribly far from my house. "20, 30 minutes walk. And all right, let's get this. It's really good. Perfectly cooked steak. Tastes like homemade mustard. Could be wrong. Thank you for the follow, Dundarius. Sliced ribeye? I don't know if it's ribeye or a rump steak. I can't tell. Let me rephrase that. It's probably not ribeye. Ribeye is not super common over here. Maybe like a thinner ribeye. Thick ribeyes aren't a thing. I remember. Tasty, it's very tasty, yeah. That's why we're eating the potatoes first. I always forget, I was like, oh yeah, ribeye, and then I'm like, wait, that's not a normal cut. Like, you can find it here, but it's not like a normal cut. Yeah. I knew more was going to come. So I was just kind of waiting. Clean it all off at the end. Is it called the Flavor Saver? Okay, hold on, let me see. The common sentiment I hear for tourists coming to Japan is, oh, skip the cities, oh, Japan is so much more to go, so that may be true. I feel like one of the cities is part of the Japan tourism experience, but I do agree visit the country, it's just a matter to be ahead of it. Well, the reality is this. I've talked about this before too. Local areas are not really designed for like English tourism. Though some places are getting better at it. It's just how it is. So the further out you get, the less likely it is you'll have support out there. 10 years ago, Kyoto would have been really nice, I think. Nowadays, it's. Some people were telling me it wasn't so bad recently, but every time I see a post, I'm just like, man, I don't even want to roll the dice down there. Especially when my thing is like more going to local areas. We went to the bathroom. Bedtime. What's wrong with it now? Tons of tourists. It's probably the most, because Kyoto was not designed with tourism in mind. Osaka and Tokyo were designed with people in mind. They were designed to be large city centers. And Kyoto somewhat is too. But as a city, not as a tourist city. So, I mean, you'll see infinite tourists just like those are called polyglot YouTubers. Those are probably my least favorite YouTubers around. Because really, like, never mind. I'm gonna go on a whole tangent here and look at my whole thing. Same with street interview. Street interview can be fun if you get local people, but what I really have kind of gotten annoyed with now, like all the famous street interview people in Tokyo only interview other content creators, and that's like, yeah, white boy shots local guys are vile, yeah, or oh, I heard them talking shit about me and then I spoke with them in their native language. I like Takashi, I don't anymore. Prime example of what I just mentioned. Same with the how much do you pay in rent in Tokyo? I don't, I own my house. And they go like obviously planted person who like bought a house and they're like, oh yeah, I paid cash for a Iseman house. It's like $80,000. Like I paid cash and then I had to pay like $30,000 in renovations and blah blah blah. And like, how long do you live here? Well, I don't live here. I'm only on a tourist visa. It's like, okay, cool. We don't need that in Japan. We don't need Airbnbs. We need people to actually come and like take over businesses, heating and air, plumbing, electricians, driving. And I mean, the problem is that it's very difficult to do that. You can't just come here and do that. But making those videos, they would film for days and maybe get 2 or 3 usable interviews. Yeah, I know, but that's part of the, like, that's their fault for going full-time into street interviews. Because I've seen Takashi on some other people's podcasts, and I'm like, this guy is, like, pretty bland. Like, a lot of the street interviewers haven't done anything interesting themselves, besides just, like, talking to people on the street. And it's not even talking to people, like, I don't know, I have a whole thing. No, I know there's some people out there that are really trying, like the street interview folks, but luckily I stream like 9.5 times out of 10 is daytime, walking. Find Japan's Hakutua. That's the thing though, is you're finding the Hakutua, you're not the Hakutua. But no, the polyglot thing kind of bothers me. Not bothers me. It does bother me. Because you're like, I'm fluent in 10 languages, and then you see them speak one, and usually they're pretty strong in like 2 or 3, maybe even 4. And then they'll like finally speak Japanese or something, or language that I know, and then it's like so basic that it's not, you can't consider that fluent. Like that's my big thing. People always ask me if I'm fluent. I'm like, oh, absolutely not. I never will be. Like I'll go out and I'll have conversations for hours and stuff, but like fluent, that's why I really don't like that word. That's a kosher dill pickle. That taste is exactly. I bet he's got. I get that he's got the jar, the classic with the stork. That's childhood, like. That's that scene in Ratatouille when the mean critic eats Ratatouille. How many years have I been speaking Japanese? On and off 9, I suppose. My first couple years, I didn't really speak that much because I came here with nothing. But actually using Japanese regularly, probably the last. I was using it quite a bit before COVID, and then COVID happened, and then it went down to like 0. And then post-COVID, I've tried to go out and use it a bit more, but never officially studied. I've messed around a little bit in like the Wanikani app. I have a couple of books I've thumbed through, but the books I bought were not ones I would recommend. I bought the Genki textbooks. I don't personally recommend them. They're not bad. My big belief is like whatever gets you to study, go do that, but not everything's good. Velasco pickles? Is that the one with the stork on them? Vlasic. Yeah, I said classic. Vlasic is the one I meant. Yeah. I said classic. Man, I'm such a silly goose. How would I get that wrong? Yeah, it's that exact brine, exact crunch, exact like.
Japanese teacher you have is from Kokodachi. I don't like Genki because they, at least for the first 1 or 2 textbooks, they misdo the romanization. That's one thing that really bothered me. Like sensei, for example. On the Genki textbook I have, they spell it out S-E-N-S-E-E, sensei, sensei. But they're trying to like explain things as long or short, versus if you fundamentally just start learning Japanese how like children do it, and you learn like the sounds that hiragana makes and the sounds that katakana makes, and then you go from there and then start to piece the puzzles together, build it up piece by piece instead of like try to take shortcuts. That annoyed me to the point that I can't recommend them at all. Because fundamentally it starts people in bad habits, and learning a language, especially if you're not in the country, learning a language through books, you're going to pick up bad habits anyway. But if the book fundamentally has bad habits built in, then like however, like I said, if something gets you to study, then that's overall, I mean, again, it may not be a perfect source, but if you're studying, then that's good. What's up, Hoybit? I wasn't going to class completely ignorant. That was an intermediate thing that I noticed. Yeah. Did I discuss the Russian streamer? What are you talking about? Like I said, yesterday morning I had a call in the morning, and then I was kind of fog-brained all day. But I might have seen the clip. If it's about the Philippines. Oh, no, I didn't see that. That's wild. All right, let's pay and get out of here. Hi, お会計お願いします。はい。はい、お願いします。 はい、ありがとうございます。ごちそうさまでした。Well, that is the, unfortunately, you can do that actually. Randomly recorded though. Let's get out and we'll talk about that because it's very interesting in Japan. Well, not very interesting, but it's similar in many countries. U.S. being, I think actually the U.S. you can film regardless, but Japan has kind of an interesting, and the Russian guys definitely. Granted, I don't believe in assault. I don't think, though I don't know this guy and I don't want to speak on his behalf, but no. はい、ありがとうございました。Okay, so in Japan, there's some kind of different things about filming. So one of the things, if you are in public, you are allowed to film. However, big however, if you start to focus on one person, for example, me walking down the street, we're going to see some faces, we're going to see things. Technically, that's okay. We have what's called right to privacy. And if you are in a very public place, expectation of privacy. And since we're in a very public place, there's no expectation of privacy, so it's okay. However, where that starts to change is when they become the target of your recording. So the moment that I spend any sufficient time pointing at somebody, that requires consent. But me walking past, someone's face comes through, they say, hey, you can't do that. I absolutely can't do that. But if I'm just pointing at someone consistently, they are becoming the subject of my whatever you want to call it. That is no longer allowed. And that the reason why he said he's going to call the police is because they can actually make you delete footage. Now the thing with live broadcast, there's really nothing to be deleted, I mean, I suppose the VOD, but it's a whole thing and it gets very, very complicated and things like that. So realistically, he shouldn't have been pointing at the guy. If you're going to point at someone for longer than a second, again, unless you're like waiting at a cross light or something, in which case that's just normal, but yeah, that'd be cool, Tarn. I'll check it out later. No. See, those things like the upskirts and stuff like that, those things are very punishable. But because again, that's not like your face. That's not your body. Like same thing too. If I was just focusing on but also additionally too, like in Japan a couple years ago, they passed like a Meiwaku Haishin or Meiwaku Satsui Horitsu, like, so Meiwaku Haishin is like nuisance streaming, nuisance broadcasting. Meiwaku Satsui is like nuisance recording. So this also extends to YouTubers and TikTokers and such. So it's not just, I know, and that's another thing too, like there's a lot of foreign tourists that are getting, but the biggest damage, you guys can look this up. A couple years ago, there was a young Japanese guy from Gifu, and he did some food terrorism that caused an entire national chain's stock to drop like 20%. This kid made a TikTok video of him like licking his fingers and putting it in the free condiments at the table and then putting it back. And that sushi chain lost a ton of money.
And so it's not just foreign content makers. Oh dang, I missed out. It was in public and that person wasn't supposed to be the main subject. Yeah, I'll have to check it out. Because if the guy was standing, and here's where it gets like really gray area. I talked about one of my clients. He's a big time lawyer. We actually talked about, when I first started streaming, I kind of talked to him about this stuff. Because I was very curious, like what the rules and laws are. And he's like, well, you know, it's kind of funny because we've had cases of like celebrities and they are like behind their fence, but someone has, you know, stood on top of their car and taken photos above their fence or whatever, like, and gotten pictures of them in, you know, swimsuit or whatever. So they were able to sue that guy because like there's an expectation of privacy behind your own fence, but paparazzi at, you know, whatever, just, you kind of cooked. So yeah, I've heard Germany's really strict though. And that's why you'll see me too, pretty much every time we go, like, we go to pay somewhere, we go to a community or something, unless I just completely have an airbrain moment, we always cover up with a hat, or we point it straight down, or we point it straight up. Because whoever, you know, the 7-Eleven worker is, they don't want to be on my stream, you know, like, they're not. Just be respectful about it. That's all it is. The thing that complicates, again, I haven't seen the clip. I'll check it out when I get home because I don't usually check. I only check Discord if it's like an emergency. And I don't think checking this, unless we get some ice cream or something here in a second. But if the car guy is on private property being filmed, he kind of has, again, physical altercation. I'm not condoning physical altercation. That's not what I mean to imply. But if technically the car park is on private property, he does have a, you know, a stance to demand, like, call the police and get people involved. But again, it's like, and then, again, it boils down to like, just be respectful. I don't know, like, if the guy's pissed, then like, say I'm sorry, point your camera down, go next, you know? Anyway. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. Okay, hold on. All right, I missed something. Some kid says he got sentenced. Charged with it. Yeah, I think that's what happened to this kid. And you can look it up. It's Sushiro Gifu. That should get it. Sushiro Gifu. Sushi-RO. Or it may be one word, depending on how you look it up. Okay, streamer was walking along and then turned toward the garage. Okay, so walking, turned toward the garage, and the guy was standing there with his back turned. Russian streamer started humming or something, which caught the Japanese man's attention. Immediately started demanding the streamer stop and delete the data. Well, here's I don't know. This is, I mean, the Russian guy should have just shut up, honestly, like, to begin with. If he doesn't hum, he quickly gets his little shot and then he can go. Instead, well, I don't know. That's because if you're quiet and then you start humming whenever you're standing behind someone, of course they're going to notice. Like I almost wonder if he did that intentionally to get a reaction or to get, again, maybe he didn't anticipate a negative fight reaction, but perhaps he did anticipate some level of interaction. Where are we going? I wanted ice cream, but there's no ice cream this way. I think we're gonna have to cut up. Rip, we're gonna have to go up some giant hills to get to where we need to get ice cream. I don't know. Like I said, I really wish there was some form of, well, I get, in those situations, I guess no one's gonna have a license to just walk outside and stream, but is there any ice cream this way? Definitely gonna have to roll our leg out when we get home. Something is weird with it. It's not like painful, but it's just strange. Oh, I see. He was humming as a reaction to the song. Interesting, interesting. I mean, either way, though, it's like whenever we did the big walk, there were a couple times we walked past some construction zones. And one time a guy was like, "You can't film here," and I was like, "I'm not. Like, you can clearly see the cameras pointed not this way." And then the other time, I was on a local road, a public road, but the public road cut through a private road for just a little bit. People are getting those last few cherry blossoms, eh? We took all the signage down too. Look at that. There's like one tree with cherry blossoms left. You have the date set? It'll be sometime in May. I gotta finish by early June. But I have a few more things to take care of in April, and I need to make a couple videos. I need to make a video announcing it as well. Kind of drum up some support for it. Not necessarily, financial support would be cool, but drum up some attention for it. Get people talking about it. Person's gonna have a rough time.
Stand over real quick. This cargo. As far as the route set, it's either going to be Matsuyama to Matsuyama or Tokushima to Tokushima. If I kind of want to do Matsuyama because if for whatever reason we finish early, we can take the boat down to Beppu and go say hi to our friends in Beppu for a day or two. Or even if we don't finish early, we just finished on time, but then we just want to go hang out in Beppu, we can take the ferry from Matsuyama and go say hi to our friends in Beppu. Versus if I end at Tokushima, yeah, I just gotta come back to Tokyo. Like there's nothing, we have no friends in Tokushima, we don't have any. I guess we could take the boat directly from Tokushima to Tokyo. I think it's like a 24-hour boat or something. Or I don't remember, it's kind of a longer boat. Not like a long boat, not like a cruise, but relatively long. Like going to someone's house to get ice cream? Yeah. Hey, what's up, Bob? Sorry that I missed you. More like after my lunch tea? Nice. What kind of lunch tea? It's getting to be summertime, so summertime means mugicha. Okay, we are walking south? No, we're walking north. What time is it? 2 o'clock. Sun's to our left, sun sets in the west, so we're heading north. Northwest. We walk north enough, we'll eventually make it to Yamate Dori over here. And we can hug Yamate Dori up towards Shibuya. And maybe, just maybe, we can get a milkshake at, there's a couple of places we can get a milkshake at. I don't know though, we might go without the milkshake. We might be shikari and we might just get steps in today. Hong Kong style milk tea kind of guy, super strong black tea with evaporated milk. Sounds pretty good. I like strong tea too, but quite bitter. That's kind of the funny thing. I don't mind bitter coffees, but bitter teas, it really depends on what kind of teas. But some green teas and like matchas too, like really strong matchas can be quite bitter. Those are okay, but like straight teas, I guess black teas or those types of teas, if it's a bitter-ish tea, I'm not a big fan. Honestly, I think I need to cut up more north here in a second. We're going a bit too northwest for my taste. How's everyone doing? What's everyone up to? What is it, Monday night? Monday night in the States. Tuesday morning, early Tuesday morning for the EU folks.
Tuesday afternoon for the Asia Pacific, morning for Middle East. Currently 1 a.m. for you. I should have went to bed already. That's let's see, 1 a.m. That's East Coast time. Thank you for being here. Appreciate it. Yeah, I'm actually really excited for the Shikoku walk. I've been talking about it for a while, and then now we've got enough time, I suppose. And then we'll come back, and main focus will just be getting used to the bike. Spend all summer getting used to the bike. We'll probably do a couple of day trips, 2-day trips outside of Tokyo on the bike, getting used to things. Getting used to being on the road with the bike. Okay, this place looks pretty good for ramen. I'll have to remember this. I guess it's not true ramen, it's more chashu. Ancha hansen. Someone would say my life is quite monotonous, but I feel there's some beauty in it. I think that's life. I think whenever you reach that point, like some people always have like that itch to scratch, but I think if you can get to the point where you enjoy some level of the monotony, or you enjoy the beauty in the monotony, that's a good place to be. Like, what is it, hedonism? Where you're just like constantly looking for more and more pleasure or whatever. But I mean, pleasure is a relative term here, but yeah, I think that chase is not good. The constant treadmill to try and improve, or I mean, improvement's good, but try to like acquire more and more and more. Same thing, like whenever I, like in my Instagram, this, what's that called? Business Hard Knocks or whatever? That guy who goes, like, it annoys the crap out of me, but I do watch more than I probably should. And the guy just runs up to just people, "Excuse me, sir, how did you make your first $1 million?" And the guy's like, "Well, it's not $1 million, it's $1 billion." And then you're just like, okay. And he's like, "Well, I started with nothing, and now I'm a venture capitalist with, I do $1 billion revenue annually. It's like, oh, okay, cool. How did you start that? How did you get to? You're not just like dropped in private equity, you know. I don't know. I admit I get roped into watching more of those than I probably should. Anyway, that guy, some of those people are like, you have to always want more. You have to always like, you know, I need $100 million revenue. It's like, no, you don't actually. These girls are using the Pocket 3. They are definitely self-fulfilling. I'm gonna be in some Japanese vlog video, and then like one Japanese commenter will be like, "Hey, I recognize that guy. He's Sensei Martian." Okay, I was just looking up Tokushima at 18 hours. I can see you get the no bed option for 18K, 24K with bed, 14K without bed, 24 with. Honestly, if it's at the end of a walk, I probably wouldn't need the bed. Last time I went on a ferry, a ton of people were just sleeping in the normal chairs. Dude, there's a goat right there. That house has a goat. That's crazy. I don't remember this. Of course, that guy was reaching through and trying to touch the goat. That's a no-no. Don't do that. See you, DG. Have a good night. Pin the map, goat house. Yeah, it's up this road. Saigoyama Park. Well, I mean, yeah, that goat's not going anywhere. No, Lyle was, we were talking a couple days ago, and he's also excited to see me on the road. These are some of the really nice neighborhoods we're in. Should not have worn this coat. It is too hot for a light jacket. It's a nice house. Walking their emu? That's crazy. Guys, the emus, if I remember correctly, are pretty mean. Okay. We need to try to find Skyline. If we see Skyline, we can see the tall towers in Shibuya and head that way. Security cameras. Huh. All right, we have found our found at least some tall buildings. That's not one of the big tall buildings though. We need to get a different look. Okay, that's not Shibuya Scramble Square. What is that? It's not Hikari either. We walk pretty west, so we're not quite at... I don't think we're at Shinjuku. There's no way we walk that much. Across the street. That way we don't film these older people. Give them their space. They are speaking it sounds like Cantonese maybe. Because it sounds like Chinese, or it sounds like Mandarin, but it doesn't sound like the Mandarin I'm used to hearing. So that would be not. We're still looking for other tall buildings. There's really no tall buildings in Harajuku. And we didn't walk that far north. What's up, Hexadecimal? Good to see you. First graffiti I see? I think you've said that before. We've seen graffiti a couple of times. I thought you meant Nissan Skyline. What's up, Poptar? Good to see you. Sorry, my apologies. I wish it was a Nissan Skyline. No, I'm looking for the skylines of buildings to see if I recognize any of them. Oh, we're right in the middle, aren't we? And there's a police officer right there, so we gotta definitely follow the rules. Okay, we're gonna go up that way because that's the way I kind of know. I assume that the big buildings up there are buildings I kind of know. Hachiyama-cho. If I had to guess, we're on the back side of Shibuya. I mean, these are apartment buildings. I suppose this could be Daikanyama. Could definitely be Daikanyama, actually. Soft milk moose. Is that right? Try to get this guy out of our shot. Nope, what does that say? That's not soft milk at all. Something house. Makes way more sense than whatever I said. What is it? Soft milk moose? Sophia house. We're definitely in the back side of Daikanyama. Yep. Question is, how far do I want to go for ice cream? Oh, okay, cool. Thanks for coming in. Connor seems using the. You want to know the honest answer? The honest answer is it's one of two things. Someone got their drone license. I'm gonna guess Paul. But based on the talking event I went to in October, their exact response was, "What hoops?" Which again is one thing that I don't quite like, but you know, it is what it is, I suppose. To be fair, that was for Chris's Journey Across Japan series and his YouTube stuff. Not, Connor was not at that event. I was not speaking at that event, so I don't know. Perhaps they're going through proper channels, but assuming it's largely the same team, I'm gonna go on a limb and say probably not. And someone will probably report them, but by the time it gets to that point, they'll be like, "Oh, sorry, we didn't know." You know, long gone with the footage and all that. But anyway, again, I'm not speaking for them, but based on the one event I went to, when someone asked about drones specifically, both Ian and Chris were kind of like, permission? I think it's much more along the lines of, what's that saying? Easier to ask for forgiveness than ask for permission, kind of thing. I'm gonna assume it's along those lines. And it's really easy to ask for permission, or ask for forgiveness when no one knows you've technically done anything wrong. Because again, how does the average watcher know if they are or aren't doing anything? This building's also always been interesting. It's an art college. And it's got a really cool design. I've never found a place to get a good, because all the buildings around here, you'd have to get, I don't know how to get a good shot of this building. can't fly drones in Tokyo. There are some very specific limitations throughout all of Japan. But since most drones are DJI, most, again, not all, but a lot, DJI has geo logging in them. So unless you completely jailbreak it, which I don't even know if you can, because I know with the Osmo Action 4, you have like five turn-on attempts before you have to link it with a DJI ID. Otherwise, it'll brick your camera, and you have to have it like, you gotta like deal with customer support and stuff to get it unbricked. So I imagine a drone is similar. Too much meddling and you're gonna get something to something's not gonna like it, you know? Remember there's a park nearby. It's quite windy. Oh, it's a park right there. I saw a sign that said Sakuragaoka, sorry, which helped to give me some idea of where I'm at. Which means this should be the Sakura stage up here. Should be. We'll see. Or at least part of it. I don't know if it's all of it. Ah, look at me. Look at the brain on me. Nice. This is actually a pretty sick shot. Wow, I actually like this shot a lot. There's actually, you can disable it. Yeah, I know you can disable it. It's one of those things though, is like, is it something everyone can do easily? That's kind of the question mark, you know? Sure, there are probably YouTube guides, but same thing with like IRL streaming. People ask me all the time about how to set up IRL streaming, and I'm like, listen, I'm not the guy to help you. Because honestly, if I'm completely honest, I'm kind of surprised my rig works as well as it does. Interesting pavement. You'll see this a lot in Tokyo. It helps grip whenever it rains. So on really steep stuff, you'll see this. I like how many different buildings we've got in such a very small area. But you forfeit any exactly, yes. Strikes me as someone, well, Cameron Paul was also at that event, and whenever he kind of perked up from the crowd, he seemed also, I mean, granted, that was 6 months ago, but everyone involved kind of made like permits type of face. Because technically you would have to get permission from each prefectural's tourism board. And if you're up there for just a day or two and it takes like a month to get permission, I can quickly tell you Nobody's doing that. Japanese content creators too. This is not like, oh, it's, no one's doing that. Someone's just buying a drone and they're just gonna go out and do it. And then the government's like never gonna see it, so. See, I told you, Sakura stage. Yeah, that'd be a good asking Paul again. Asking Paul, I am simply commenting as a person not in the know at all. I do not know how they do things. I do not know the magic behind the camera. That's a pretty sick shot too. So please, yeah, go watch them and ask them whenever it's their time. I imagine commenting right now, you're not going to get any response because everybody's busy. But you can get a drone operator license in Japan. So perhaps someone on the team has that. All right, Chad, do we want a milkshake or do we want ice cream? I kind of want a milkshake. There's a place I've been dying to try, but it's always down, it's not all, it's in a basement. It's always in a basement because that's where the, that's where the business is. Make the shots here. Killer shots today. How many steps have we gotten? Chat, how many steps do you think we've done today? We can do a poll if people want to gamble on it. We can do a gamba? Not a poll, we can do a gamba if people want to. Sakura cherry milkshake? No. That'll be a normal milkshake. Paul's drone, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, definitely go ask them. Gonna take our hat off before it flies off. No flight notification? I bet it does. It's certain areas, especially in Japan, around several mountains, Mount Fuji in particular. There's a pretty big radius. Any of the military bases, any of the airports, any of the, I think, hospitals, government buildings, because I looked into it, because I thought it might be cool to have a license and a drone, but then I was like, I don't need another $300 to $500 piece of equipment that I'm going to use not that much. Yeah, pretty much anywhere with potential air traffic. I think post offices too, maybe, now that I think about it. I think it was anything government. Like government adjacent. Schools. How's the leg doing? It's fine. Like I said, there's slight muscle weirdness, but it's not anything Not anything that caused concern. We're still going to be good for a big walk. That's why we're doing these kind of shorter days, or these warm-up days. Tomorrow, I promise we'll be out early, and we're going to try to do a baseline. Well, okay, let me rephrase that. We're going to try to be out early, and try to do a baseline for 32,000 steps. See how long it takes us. 32,000 steps, I'm shooting for like 6 hours, but including maybe 5 hours. 5.5 to 6, maybe 6.5 with eating. We'll see. I think I'm gonna take a train up north. I'm gonna try to like plan like a 25-kilometer walk. 20 to 25-kilometer walk back toward-ish near our house. I'll take the train out and then we'll walk back in. So that way then I also know the rough direction. And Jehovah's Witness in Tokyo, it's always interesting to see for me, because it's whenever I first came here years ago, I would have never guessed. I always knew some Christianity would exist places, but I would have never guessed that some of the more selective organizations, selective is perhaps not the correct word, some of the more niche organizations, a little bit surprised to find them here. Pastrami dreams never really die. My pastrami dreams are dead. At least until we go check that place out in Asakusa. Friday or Saturday maybe? Saturday might be fun. Get a sandwich and give half of it to Dave. We also need to get new shoes too in the next few days. Oh, that hurt. See, I started that. That's why I got the waves. That's why they got the salutes. All right. What's up, Advice Alien? What's up, Alien Wizard Surreal? Am I getting a bike? Whenever I get back from my walking trip, I'll be getting a bike. So sometime in June. Unless I get a good deal on a bike, in which case I might buy it and then just start using it when I get back. Or use it some now and then use it more when I get back.
Actually, I think I want to go up this way. That is quite the outfit. Oh no, I think I cut too early. I cut too early. Shit. Oh well. Very vibrant. Hey, you know what? I wish I could wear stuff like that. $90 minutes, 3,300 yen. It's including tax. Going from one hotel to another. That means this hotel's sold out. Hotel Amore. Yes, you are correct, I suppose. This is the closed down Love Hotel. They used to, a lot of streamers, even a lot of Twitch streamers, would sneak in. I never did, because one, it was like, it gave off like, I don't know, it gave off like, I don't know, middle school, high school bonfire vibes. There's a bunch of people acting like clowns. But it's pretty historical. It's a shame they're not doing anything with it. Yeah, I used to watch people sneak in there. I'm like, okay, cool, you guys snuck into a pitch black room. Congratulations, you played yourself. Airby, thanks for the repo. That's cool. I've been meaning to get into repo, but I haven't yet. Irby, thank you for coming in. Thank you for the, yep, have a good night. Thanks for being here. Major Skills, thanks for coming in. Yeah. There's another hotel there. Yeah, these are all hotels. Okay, I think park goes this way. Dogonzaka's this way. Or we are in Dogonzaka. I remember Parko's the next street up. I think that's Parko actually. Oh, we got some big old clouds forming in the back over there. Reminds me of being in the countryside. Ah, yeah, I know right now. Yeah, like I said, we're on the back side of Dogonzaka. We can actually see, it says Parko up there.
Parkoholic. Ads are coming up, everybody. Apologies for ads. Ads do help the channel.
No, I think the camera just went to something with the camera recently. Thanks for welcoming back. Something I have to keep an eye on. I don't know if it's getting hot because of the windscreen thingy or what's causing what. Battery's fine, so I'm assuming it's a it's either a temperature thing or maybe cable got jostled or something. Cables are pretty firm nowadays though, so I don't think it's a cable thing. Are we gonna try to go to the basement? Basement's where we want to be. Should be, yeah, the windscreen thing has been causing it to kind of overheat relatively easily, actually. Not like overheat, but it's definitely not ideal conditions. All right, fingers crossed that we have signal. Porco has some wild commercials. Yeah, there's some pretty wild stuff. This hat is too small, it doesn't actually fit on my head. Okay, we're looking for the milkshake shop, which is in the back right. Behind the Kushiage place. Eat Asian. I don't think we're gonna get one here. Unplug and replug 10. Dude, what is going on? Okay, should be back. Welcome back. Yeah, I don't know. Basement is causing some other stuff to mess up a bit, so probably what we're gonna do, stop over here to get a milkshake, and then open up the backpack and make sure we got everything.
It's a brand, I guess.
こんにちは。店内で、キャラメルレギュラーシェイクお願いします。以上で。はい、ありがとうございます。
お世話になりましたので、時間とお貸しください。ありがとうございます。
So come生活. Maybe put your pack more that just don't feel so fresh despite it being so far from the expiration date. I actually don't purchase name brand Oreos. I always purchase off brand Oreos. What's up, Komi Seikatsu? Thank you very, very much for the Yosho. Welcome in. Thanks for being here. It is a Shake Shack. Sorry, chat, you're getting smushed under my bag currently. We're gonna have to get some new routers before our big trip. Make sure everything's working freshly. Sorry, chat. We will get back to the main program in just a second. Fun fact, Oreos are the off-brand. From the Twist and Shouts, what's the main brand, huh? Oh, I see. Someone's off-brand. No, if I just get ice cream here, I'm fine. Just ice cream is okay. If I got the full meal, someone would be upset, but... Hydrox cookies were the original. Hydrox definitely sounds like a cleaning supply. That's fine. Hi, お願いします。ストロー、はい、わかりました。You guys take a tumble? There you go. Hydrox. I think Hydroxycut was something. OxyClean was something. What's up, Toko1414? Good to see you. Interesting. Could look into that. Look at double lids. No, it's just a very thick lid. How gozaimasu? Hello, hello, konnichiwa. I need to try and find Hydrox. I am also curious now too. got some pretty great news. Now you've got my curiosity. Now we're going to quickly Google Hydrox cookies. Hydrox cookies. Sunshine, okay. Hydrox is manufactured by Sunshine Biscuits, which was then acquired by Keebler in 1999, which was then acquired by Kellogg's, which then in turn sold the cookie line to Ferrero Spa, S-P-A. In September 2015, it was reintroduced by Leaf Brands. Less sweet filling and a crunchier cookie. Today I learned mods can be useful. I'm kidding, that's a joke. Tarin is, and all mods are very useful. The name sounded too much like a household cleaner, while the company, much smaller than National Biscuit, had less marketing power. What am I, the borax? Borax cleaner? Yeah, it does sound a lot like a cleaner. Reconnect with my old karate sensei. He's from Okinawa, been living in Canada for about 50 years now. He's a bit of a celebrity down there. But over here, he's in pretty much coming for the Rike down here. I'm in his dojo in 18 years. I'm back for the first lesson day in as much time. And let me practice Japanese with him, so that's a bonus. That is good. just messaged Ken. Not Kuroken. We messaged Token. OG viewer, longtime supporter. He's in Japan right now, but how have I been, Marshall? I've been all right. Komisegatsu, how are you? Hello from California. Hello, Chongli Wins. Welcome in. Good, just prepping for some job application in Japan, hoping to spend a couple of years there if I can. Fingers crossed. And thank you earlier for your sub. Not sure if you're around or not, but thank you, thank you. Yeah, I've been all right. I'm prepping for my next walk, kind of. See how many steps. Actually, let's do a. What's it called? A prediction. Can I do predictions? I don't think I can do predictions from my phone. Let me see. I cannot do predictions. Yeah, it says unrecognized command. Wow, this coat does not make me look very good. That didn't help. Not a mess stream. 2.5 hours. We ate for. What did we have for lunch? Oh, we had the sandwich. Chat app and Twitch. No. I was using Twitch apps. Yeah, this is the official Twitch app. Ever look at the viewer count and pretend they're all following you down the street as you walk? No. I do sometimes think about it whenever I go into a place. I'm like, oh, like, even the other day, like even yesterday, I think I was just streaming to like 7 people playing TFT. And I was like, man, it feels fewer than normal, which is fine. You know, I'm doing something that's not normal for stream, but it's like, oh, I still have 7 people hanging out. Like if 7 people are at my house, like at a house party, like that's a lot of people. No, I used to, last year whenever I was trying to get partner, I would really focus a little bit on viewer count a lot, actually, because I was so close for so long. And I knew like I needed the consistent 75 for like 3 months. And I was kind of worried that when I came back into Tokyo that viewership would drop, which it did for 2 reasons. One, I took several breaks streaming. I was still streaming a couple times a week, but I wasn't consistently doing 8+ hours on the road. And then also, Tokyo content is, there's a few other people doing it. And, at the end of my trip, I had done this giant accomplishment. And so I was really kind of feeling the pressure a personal pressure, because it was always a goal to like get Twitch partner without like really asking for a lot of, like I didn't ask anyone for any help. I did get some raids from some people that really helped, but I didn't ask anyone to give those to me. So I feel like I still kind of earned it, so to speak, and doing a really hard, long thing. It's a whole thing, Ivan Chan, thank you for the follow. Or Ivan Chan, I don't know how to pronounce your name, but thanks for being here. Proud you from Midnight Sumo. You're my sumo off season, man. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I like Midnight Sumo. I heard Midnight Sumo's coming to Japan soon-ish, and I'd love to meet him. But I also know he usually, I think he comes with family ? And then I know he also won't want to be on stream, which is fine. It's completely fine. I can do a daytime walk or a nighttime walk without him. But I would be super interested in meeting up with him and just like shaking his hand and getting a coffee. He's there already? Oh, okay, well, I guess I'll message. Well, I don't know how to message him. I don't know how to reach out to him. But now there's really consistently there's 4 communities I can boil it down to, and particularly 2. In order of helping the most, it would be Dave Bull, Japanese printmaking, number 1. Hitch, number 2. Midnight Sumo, number 3. And Therapy Gecko, Lyle Forever, number 4. Dave consistently rated pretty much, not all the time, but in the beginning he did a lot. And then after that, after I met Timo-san in Beppu, Timo-san also helped quite a lot. That community, a lot of regulars came from Timo-san's community, but a lot of my regulars have come from Dave. But the one that helped push me over the top, again, just a numbers thing, because Hitch, I think, has similar vibes to me. Similar, not the same. He's a pretty cool dude. His content style is different. He's done way more things than I have, despite being younger than I am. But because he had a lot larger numbers, when his raids came in and having similar vibes, it really getting a couple of, that's what pushed us from like 68 average to like 80 plus average. Were the 2 big raids. We got raids from Hitch like a week apart, and it was like one day it was like 2,000 people, one day it was like 1,400 people, and then after that I was consistently around 100. I still remember that was around Izumozaki in Niigata. And then again, Midnight Sumo always gave shout outs, always. Actually, we found Midnight Sumo found us when I did my first walk. And I remember because he gave me a shout out as I was coming down the hill from Hakone going down to Mishima. And I remember we had a gorgeous view, and I was like, Midnight Sumo typed like, hey, in my chat, or I got the notification, you've been shouted out by Midnight Sumo, and I was like, oh shit, I'm a huge fan. I was like, everyone should go check out, and I only had like 20 people watching me at the time. I haven't checked my step count. If Charn would be so kind to do a prediction, and we'll do over, under I don't know the number yet. I haven't checked, but we'll do over under 10,000 steps. Over under 11,000 steps. Over under 11,000 steps. So 10,099 and below, 11,000 and above. If Taran can find time. Nice pixel art. Looks a lot like Pokemon. I have not checked, by the way. I may have made that one too easy. Try to think. That would be close. I will. My goal is to do weekly postcards from the Shikoku trip. It's probably 5 sets weekly. Day of leaving, week, finishing day. I would like to give people a chance to, whether it be with points or whether it be with money, to get a postcard. And I need to add that to my bio or my Twitch page. Is the poll closed? Next walk is around Shikoku? Yeah. I don't have an exact, I want to leave sometime in May. Predictions are done? Okay. Alright, we'll load it up together. In Kochi? I'll be passing through Kochi. I'm not doing the Hachiju Hakusho. Okay, alright. Oh. That can't be right. We're not even close. What did we do yesterday? Yesterday we didn't even leave the house. Why is it so far off? Hold on, that can't be right. Andres. I knew it was going to be, I had an idea it was less than 10,999, but I didn't know it was so few. Damn. Congratulations on the unders. Well, here's the thing. The reason I set it around 10 is because I was like, okay, me going normal pace is about 5,000 steps an hour. And then I was like, I guess we did wait quite a long time at the restaurant for food. Because it took a long time for them to get the sandwich to me. So I was just trying to find out like how much time have we actually been walking. Apologies. Congratulations to the winners. I said, I wish I was not in the USA. You know, it's a very difficult, it's a complicated thing. I understand that people aren't happy with the administration. Definitely understand that, but it's I don't know. It's kind of tough everywhere, unfortunately. And again, everyone has their own thoughts and feelings, and you know, some people want to run away, but you know, got to be very careful just running away. All right. I kind of use the bathroom, but I kind of don't want to leave my bag outside. This would be first time in Martian history that we haven't left our bag outside. So, you know what that means? It means we're probably going to go to privacy mode, and then I will take off the camera, put it in my pocket, run to the bathroom. And then we'll get back to walking. I guess we might hit 15 today. 8,363. That's less than I thought. I thought it was going to be about 95 to... I think it was going to be around 94, 95, 9600. All right, yeah, we're gonna go to the bathroom. Okay. Yeah, no, Fizzy, I completely understand. Again, I didn't mean to. I didn't mean to write off anyone's concerns or feelings toward it. It's just that. it's. I don't want to say there's not a lot that we can do, but like sometimes you just have to accept the flow of the river, even if it's taking a direction that you don't want to go in. If that makes sense. Sorry, I really need to go to the bathroom, but this is a conversation I want to keep talking to. But I have to take care of business. So please enjoy this conversation with me, myself, and Dave Bull. The thing we do is rely on community. I wholeheartedly agree, but I do have to use the bathroom, so I'm sorry. BRB. If it lets me. I may never get to go to the bathroom. A lot of the old Minshuku, a lot of the old places are shuttered. They're not in the countryside areas. That's why some days I had to walk 35, 40 kilometers.
We know, of course.
But a lot of those areas too, it's even young people. There were sometimes I wouldn't see anyone under the age of 30.
If you were 18 years old now, would you be living in? You wouldn't. No, you'd get to the city. Of course, this is a structural problem that this society, I have not got the answer. If I was king of Japan right now, oh God, here's people, here's what we're going to do tomorrow. Let me think about this tonight. I don't have a master plan for this.
Well, and that's I think
actually I do. That's a different story.
If I waited too much longer, it would get much more difficult to even have towns to talk to people.
It would be a different kind of
it would be me walking through ghost towns,
Yep.
and it wouldn't be me hopefully talking to people about their town.
Okay, well maybe this is part of the hook to hang this hat on of this trip. It's I can't over dramatize this, but maybe this is the last chance at certain parts of this rural Japan before they are totally depopulated to zero. Now that might put more of a negative mood to this trip than you want. Here we are day after day after day, we're looking at wind blowing the weeds, all that kind of stuff. I don't think you would want to do that as a theme for your trip, but it will absolutely be a recurring motif in this trip. There were 50 people living in this town 10 years ago, and now there's nobody there, so.
Yeah, there were a lot of, especially throughout the mountains of Shizuoka, little, 50 house towns, but you walk through them and you go.
And we understand why. Yeah. If you were there, you would not want to live there if you were 18 years old, of course not.
I can't imagine, that's another thing, the people who do live there are usually significantly older, and I walked the only road to that city, and there's not even a conveni for 10 kilometers. I don't know how.
This is modern Japan.
Yeah. Out of so you've done a lot of traveling. Well, where in Japan is most memorable?
I actually haven't done much traveling at all.
You've traveled some with
I said before, well, that's just one. The 3 months we came here when I was still working at a music store, I took a 3-month leave of absence after developing a computer system, and we traveled Tohoku and back. The second time we went to the Key Hunter area and back. But since I moved here, we hit the ground running in 1986, opened the English school. I haven't actually.
Is there any place you would like to go that particularly tickles your fancy?
No, I'm just tomorrow morning I want to be here and
I understand
doing my job. Never been to Hiroshima, haven't been past Himeji. I'm not an itch, I've emigrated twice, but it might be a paradoxical thing to say. I'm a double immigrant, whichever way you want to look at it. But no, I'm a homebody, I guess.
One thing I want to, and this is a shift from what we've been talking about a little bit, but obviously you mentioned earlier that you are growing, MoConCon's growing, but also, you're very large on Twitch, very large on YouTube. Considering that it's not something
niche, okay.
Yes,
and we're not Mr. Beast here. We understand.
But you have amassed again a pretty large following. Considering at the basis it was educational woodblock prints, talking about woodblock prints. You have become a content creator. Is there any in the future? Do you want to try any other forms of more radio show, or not necessarily different, but is there ever a day where you do more?
Get to the point. You're so...
Yes. Is there ever a day where you
Sorry, guys.
do more like a radio
This is
show?
informal enough to be like this.
Yeah,
Is
yeah,
it?
no.
So where am I going to take this, and what more can I do with this?
Is
you
there
know?
something you want to, or do you want to keep it?
Yes
very...
and no, yes and no, yes and no. I know social media. There's all these different things.
Yeah.
New frameworks and stuff pops up all the time. I can say some of this now. Things I've learned now that I didn't know back at the beginning. We have chosen now, for example, where YouTube is very important to us. Twitch has become very important to us. Facebook is irrelevant to us. I don't do X, Twitter. I've never opened an account. Why not? Because, for example, the Twitter thing, that's a good example as opposed to YouTube. Twitter is cool for being smart and, hey, look at me, wasn't that cool? And the thing you say is gone. The thing I made and put on YouTube, I get emails in any given day. People have seen a video that I put up there 10 years ago, and they're seeing it for the first time. Yeah. And they know it's 10 years old. They're not fooled by this. But the point being, it's a long form, and I didn't realize it, but the things I've put up there are actually valuable things to some people that will be valuable on an ongoing basis into a future that I cannot actually conceive of. Whereas the short form social media that we see, the instant, the thumb scrolling up the thing, is irrelevant. It's ephemeral and it's gone, and it's good. I'm a quick wit, so I could be really good on Twitter. I can smart ass comments, and I can come back and I could be there. But I don't want to be there. That's not the persona that I want to put out.
This is one thing I think you and I have discussed before. You asked me at a certain point, is when I did the interview for the Tokaido, you said, do you want to do content creation full time? Is that your goal with things? And I remember at the time I was like, well, I don't know, it's like winning the lottery. But we talk about short form.
Well, you mean
content.
making a living doing
Making
it,
a living doing
not
it.
having to have a job on the side.
Yeah, exactly. Doing it full time. I mean, and I remember I was like, well, it's like winning the lottery, and you said, well, no, it's a legitimate thing. Do you want to do that? And I kind of ho-hummed, but it is, I think, for a lot of people, you are absolutely correct. I think the long form is also what I want to do, but I think nowadays the competition is so fierce that I feel, for me, or for people less established than yourself, you almost have to be on the Instagrams or the TikTok. Do you feel that that's...
Okay, just a minute. Let's way to roll this back a minute.
Yeah.
You see me as a person that's sort of...
No, we're good overall. As far as camera stuff.
What is going on? Ukulele. Okay, I think my problem is the person that admin can set just admit to an administrator enough fixing going with the push up. They can do that. They can do anything with no one. Keep them in check, and that's just not how the U.S. is constantly. Yes. Well, another thing too is they've got. Yeah. Okay. Think. We'll walk tenderly. Blue Jays, eh? Okay, all right. Homo is such an ambiguous term that you can argue that he's not talking about people who've grown up their whole lives here but look different. Interesting watch. Watching myself not that long ago. I'll have to go check it out. Civil War. In addition to they have homegrown, yeah. Well, that's also. Oh, I saw some of he's like, even the naturalized ones, they're like, oh, we just need to deport him because we don't agree with his ideology. And it's like, that's directly contrasting the First Amendment, you know. Yeah, it's just setting a lot of precedent that, but again, a lot of people are not going to be pushing pretty much anyone. That's kind of the problem right now. There's supposed to be checks and balances, but there's really not, because everyone's relatively on the same team when it comes to those national and federal courts, rather federal and like high state level courts. It's appointments, not elections. Gotta tie my left shoe. Why were we having Mom's Touch? Yeah, a chicken place. Well, I mean, you hear about it like, oh, this house needs a mother's touch or something, or needs a. Oh, that reminds me, chat. One of we talked about it yesterday a little bit. But one of our shorts I put up Sunday night, Monday morning. Sunday night, I guess. Got like 7,200 views in like 4 hours. 4 or 5 hours, and then it kind of tapered off. But still, pretty good. Pretty good. I got to go look at it and see what made that one so good. A couple of the others had a few hundred, but there was one in particular that is the first one we've broken over 1,000 views on YouTube, with the exception of the Dave Bull video. Someone translate that right now. I'm preoccupied. Sorry, bud. I don't speak Russian. I'm not going to ban you if it's not bad, but. We don't, I don't speak Russian. Actually, you know what? I will copy it myself and check this out. Holy shit, is this really Japan? Yes, this is really Japan. Please use English or Japanese. Maybe Spanish. I don't understand what you're saying because my English is bad. Well, Takuwara-san, 英語と日本語大丈夫。でもロシア語は本当にわかりません。そう、英語と日本語とスパン語。 All my stream tags are gone? Interesting. That's weird. I don't know why those are all gone. But Russian is not, like, obviously my title's not in Russian, so the only tag there is English. Well, then we definitely should just be speaking English then. Keisatsu, この人だよ。Oh, interesting. They don't have. Normally, they used to have. Oh, now they do. Okay, I see it there. 5 to 10 minutes. QB houses, they have like a red, green, or red, yellow, green system, determining how long you'll have to wait. Yeah, that's the voting thing is a very interesting thing as well. I mean, if Trump really wants to get rid of all that shit, then he should also remove any tax implications of anyone living overseas. Not that I agree with revoking my voting rights. I'm not saying that at all, but yeah, stop the international tax liabilities if you're gonna start doing bullshit like that too. I feel like we recognize. Oh, this is Meiji-dori. We're going south on Meiji-dori from Shibuya. We've walked past this street several times. These used to be a variation of plum and or cherry blossoms, depending on who you ask. We'll go ahead and cross here too. What's up, Katie and Eric? Yeah, no, I know Dundarius. I'm kind of making a joke there. It impacts wealthy people? I could. But again, I feel like that's pretty low priority, but could happen. Kate and Eric, thank you very, very much for the raid. Welcome in, everybody. Hello, Alocino. Hello, Captain Jack Sparrow. Welcome in. Scooting around town. Yeah, I saw that kind of checking earlier. So enjoy it. Thank you very much, Kate and Eric. Take care. Thank you very much for the raid. Ate a cookie? Nice. 7-Eleven cookies, eh? They're pretty good. It is lovely. Kind of heading back to the Martian cave as well. We still have a little bit. We're not going anywhere, but at least not for a little while. It's windy. It's not windy. I mean, sorry, it's not chilly. It is very windy, but it's not chilly. No. I'm actually sweating. I need to roll these sleeves up. It's pretty much perfect. I think it's around 20, give or take. Probably a little bit hotter than that air temp, but with the wind, I haven't checked all day pretty much. The next like month or so, pretty much the only thing I'll be checking is rain, because it'll be perfect walking weather. And toward the end of May, beginning in June, it'll start getting kind of gross hot. And then mid-June, it'll become too rainy season. And that's pretty disgusting to deal with, but you drink some water, drink some Pocari Sweat, you get through it. $250 I think a lot of the modern empire, well, even, a lot of people say like, Japan's been the same nation for 1,000 years or whatever, but there have been a lot of upheavals during that time as well. I don't know, my favorite recent news, like again, I haven't been really super keeping up on news. My favorite recent news I saw was they were interviewing, or Congress was questioning one of Trump's economic policy advisors, and the guy's like, yeah, I didn't know about blah, 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 and they're like, Mr. Trump just tweeted about it like 3 hours ago or whatever. The guy's like, yeah, I kind of knew about that. And he's like, well, you just said you didn't know about it. And then anyway, it boils down like, well, that's market manipulation. He's like, it's not. And they're like, why isn't it? And he's like, it's not. It's like, no, Kind of is. Viewy Prism 27009. ¿Qué hablo de mi güerito? ¿Cómo andamos? ¿Qué anda haciendo? ¿Cómo se encuentra hoy? Yeah, this is mainly an English speaking stream. And this is Japan, yeah. All right. Yes, I mainly speak English. It's English, Japanese, a little bit of Spanish. I can read some Spanish, but it's far from fluent. Well, can't really communicate in Spanish, so hasta luego, ne? Thanks for coming in, though. Yeah, I can't really help you. What did I say? I said, inglés, por favor. Because principalmente yo hablo japonés y inglés. Poquito español, pero inglés y japonés solamente, por favor. But gracias. Thank you for coming in. How was the sandwich today? It was good. It was a steak sandwich. A little bit expensive, no pastrami. It's a running joke, Fizzy, that we keep trying to go to a pastrami place, but today we called them and their phone was still disconnected. So I'm not even gonna try to try them again. Unless we're like in the neighborhood. It's too far away to like just mosey on up there and see if they're open. See if their phone's only down. Considering their website says dine-in, takeout, and delivery. And they're not answering their phone. I mean, I guess I could check and see if their Uber is still accepting orders. Because if their Uber is still accepting orders, then perhaps they have a different phone number. What's up, Juice Box? What's my standards of pastrami? Yeah, no, it's funny you said that. Earlier today when we were talking about the pastrami sandwich conundrum, there were like several people who reviewed this restaurant, and they literally specifically bring up Cat's Deli, and I kind of wanted to just slap them across the face. They would say things like, most people would say like slightly negative. Some people would say like, it's no Cat's Deli, but it's pretty good. Other people were like, my only other pastrami sandwich was from Cat's Delicatessen in New York City. And whenever I got this pastrami sandwich, I was mortified to see that it was whatever, like not enough pickles or whatever. And you're just like, huh? They like complain. And then like their one comparison was Cat's Deli, arguably one of the most famous, actually probably the most famous pastrami shop maybe in the world. I don't know about best, but it's definitely famous. And then they're like only bringing up Cat's Deli, and I was like, that's not, like, of course it's Tokyo. Anyone who's lived in Tokyo, or anyone who's lived in Japan more than like a year understands, oh yeah, things are not, you can't get the exact same stuff in your hometown, in your home country, than you can in Japan. And that's sometimes a good thing, and that's sometimes a bad thing. Juicebox, we were talking about politics earlier. It's okay. We're fine at keeping on that. If people want to vent their frustrations, it's not boiling into arguments. Yeah, there is some level of futility, sure, but nothing said here is fundamentally, you know, I don't see a lot of arguing in chat. I just see people voicing complaints, which is okay. Massive sandwich. Yeah, that's one thing that I think the place in Asakusa does have going for it. It is a pretty massive sandwich. So I do think I'm gonna try to get a sandwich there at some point and give half to Dave and see what he thinks. We do have a big walk coming up. We're gonna go walk, not quite the perimeter of Shikoku, but almost the perimeter. We're gonna try to stay where we checked cellmapper.net to confirm cell coverage. So we're gonna try to, again, there might be some days where we end up having not so great coverage. It's kind of just how that cookie crumbles, but that is coming up. No official dates yet, but it'll take about 32 days. Got to get some stuff settled here. I got to get a new phone up here before I go down there. I got to get a new phone and I got to test it and make sure everything's working and all the messages and all the stream stuff is, because my main phone, main work phone and main messaging phone and all that is super duper full. And I've been talking about getting a new phone for like a year, so considering I've had this one for 5 and a half, 5 and a quarter, 5 and a third, I guess. It's time to get a new one. Try to reject it. That's okay. I can do that just fine. I do appreciate the effort, but usually I'm pretty good at steering it whenever I want it to go away from a topic. Again, it didn't seem to be devolved into name calling or obscenities or anything, so sometimes you just gotta, you know, when you ref soccer, you know, just play the advantage. Sometimes you gotta let fouls go because it disrupts the play of state of play. Do these fat bike tires or fat tire bikes, they just open up a shop here. They're like the price of a motorcycle. I think they're electric too. There's a combination electric and they fold. But they're very expensive. You can literally buy a motorcycle for the same price. Interesting changes. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of. That sucks for them. They have to push up a heavy ass thing up a giant hill. $25 and I tipped $5. I imagine it's not like that at all anymore. I imagine anything stateside is an arm and a leg. All right. Okay. I think we could privacy mode and then chat at home, but I think I'm gonna probably end anyway pretty soon, so we'll just, actually, you know what, we can maybe go to this park and hang out for a little bit. It's not even really a park, it's more like a couple of stone seats. Actually, if there's people in here, we might not even be able to sit down. Go over here and put our bag down. Actually, I don't have to put the bag down. Looks like it's gonna rain today. See some pretty dark clouds moving on over there. Yuki Sonota? I don't know who that is. Picture of the menu from September last year, so the just under $30. That's crazy. Like I said, that place in Asakusa is like 3,800 yen on Uber for the cheapest sandwich. But I think if you go takeout, it might be a little bit cheaper. But I honestly have no idea. No idea. But anyway. All right, I think we're gonna raid out. I think we're gonna go raid. I think Sarah's starting her day. Making Mexican tonight, burrito time. I'm not jealous at all. Yeah, we're gonna raid Sarah Bridgewater. She is currently biking to TwitchCon from Norway, I believe. Thank you, everyone. Like I said, tomorrow, weather approving, we're gonna try to pace ourselves for 30,000 steps, give or take. Again, we're gonna try to start pacing ourselves and see. We don't have to super get our steps in because I've never really had to for others, but we'll try to do a few 30,000 step days a week. See how the foot feels, see how everything else feels, see how many, if any, compresses and stuff I need to bring. So tomorrow's gonna be a long day. I'm hoping to start getting a few days a week in that are 30,000 plus steps. Yes. Today we only got. I bet we only got 12,000 today. Yeah, there we go, 12,000. I'll get some after this. I got to go do some stuff, but okay. Yeah, because I'm hoping in Shikoku that we're able to. Again, do that in 32 days, so. Anyway.